One. Hey, everybody, welcome to That's Good Stuff, the show where we review pop culture's newest releases. And this week, that was Love Hurts. So, this is a comedy, kung fu action type movie from Jonathan Iswabio. I don't know how to say it. Sorry, I probably said that wrong. It stars Ke Huy Quan. Probably said that wrong too. Ariana DeBose probably said that wrong too. Daniel Wu, Marshawn Beast Mode Lynch. I know I said that one right.
He says it in the movie.
And of course he does. That was weird. I was like, what? And of course, Sean Austin, the Goonie, the fellow Goonie. Goonies Unite to make this movie that I don't know. I'll let you guys talk first because this movie I had problems.
Oh, but, just you?
But yeah, let's talk about it, Thomas. What was your reaction to this movie?
Okay, so a brief summary of this movie. Want me to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. It's about a ex-hitman, basically, it's kind of hinted at might be the Triads, but the Triads is like a subsidiary of the Russian mob. We don't know that yet. We kind of know that because we've seen the trailer and it pretty much gave away the whole movie. Spoilers. So this guy is a realtor now, and he plasters his face all over the place. And basically, he's in hiding from the mob or the Triads because he wants to restart his life. And what he did was he basically helped save this one girl that was a lawyer for the Triads, but in doing so, he also helped not exactly cover up the money that was stolen from the Triads, because the money really wasn't stolen. It was moved from like the Russian mob that the Triads think that was stolen. So they blamed it on her. Very convoluted plot. Anyway, he got both of them out, and the girl that he saved is basically coming back for revenge on the Triads. And she starts sending out these cards, like saying, what is it? Love hurts? Is that what the card said? Or I forgot what they say.
I don't even remember what
some lovey generic thing.
I think I'm back at one.
Yeah, something like that. So basically the underboss of the Triads is trying to kill her because if the Triads bring her back, she'll expose that it was actually him that was stealing from the Russian mob. Anyway, that's kind of the plot.
Kind of. Yeah.
Kind of.
It's called The Company. I didn't even know they had a name. I thought they were just like...
I would not have known that.
But the Triads are also run by this ex-hitman's brother, I think older brother, even though he looks younger.
He does.
And he basically used the hitman Key is the main character as like this enforcer, and apparently he was a really bad guy, but he's decided that he fell in love with this girl, so he's like, I want to change my life for her. And then he stowed her away somewhere, and they never met again. This is all happening. And basically I said basically again. This is a very hard plot to summarize because it's all over the place.
It's very stupid as well.
Yeah. So what the girl does is that she brings everybody else together to try to convince or try to reveal that she was actually in contact with the Russian mob, exposing the Triads for stealing from them under the table, though it was like a double steal because like one knew about it and the other knew about it and the other didn't know the other knew about it. And so then the Russian mob show up after all this is going down, after Key and the girl like pull some kung fu crap at the Triad import company. The Russian mob comes in for some reason. There's this big reveal of this one character that we have no idea who this is, but it's obviously someone important in the Russian mob. And then they take the Triad brother away. It's like, don't let her do this. And it seemed like an emotional appeal, but he just gets taken away to presumably be tortured by the Russian mob to death. And then Key and the girl kind of get together at the end. They're like, oh, we seem to be true to ourselves because we were lying to each other the whole time. There's also a little subplot of these two assassins that are trying to go through bro moments. It's Marshawn Lynch and this other dude, and how one of the other dude is having marital problems, and Marshawn Lynch is trying to coax him through things. And there's another subplot because we didn't already have enough of this other poetry assassin called the Raven, and how Key's assistant is like just upset with life in general, but then she starts reading this guy's poems because Key knocked him out in the office. And she's like, "There's a dead poet in your office," and he like starts reading her poems, and she falls in love with this dead guy. Turns out he's not dead; he's just knocked out. Even though I'm pretty sure that would have killed him.
That looked like it hurt.
Yeah,
You can't break the guy's neck.
Yeah.
That's
Did you
true.
see how
He's
big his
huge.
head was?
Did you
He's a
see how
huge guy.
hard he got? Like he fell. So that's kind of the whole plot. It was a very stupid story, but I will say there are two really big. There's three big action scenes in this movie. I liked one and a half of them. I really liked because there's one in Key's house. There is one in the selling house because he's a realtor. There's one in the house that he's selling, and there's one at the import company. I kind of liked the import company one because we got to see Key kind of like go full out. Some really cool choreography and stuff like that. Didn't really care for the rental house one because it got kind of stupid with all the assassins in there and they never killed anybody. They killed that one realtor, but was actually kind of hilarious.
Oh yeah.
This
Jeff
one
or
like
something?
like this one realtor is like his whole persona is like he's got a black belt, but he kind of like tries to like karate chop Marshawn Lynch, and then him and Marshawn Lynch and the other guy just shoot him in the face, it was actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Jeff, yeah, that was the name.
And then the one I really liked was the one in Key's house, because there was one hit where I'm like, I wonder if they actually killed the stuntman or if that was Key or not. Is where Marshawn Lynch has Key by the feet and like swings him face first into the kitchen island through the kitchen chairs. Yeah, like his whole back, like his whole like, body twists backwards and like then like spins out. I'm just like, I think they killed a guy. Like that hurt.
That's some man's dead.
Yeah. But that fight scene was a lot of fun because he's not really fighting. He's just kind of trying to get away. And so it was very quirky and I liked that. But the rest of
Jackie Chan-esque.
Very much so, yeah. But the rest of it just didn't really go full hardcore like John Wick. And it also wasn't the family-friendly stuff like Jackie Chan. And so it didn't really, this movie had an identity crisis like nobody's business. Like, good night. Like, it didn't know if it was a romance, if it was a comedy, if it was a family drama, if it was a super hardcore action flick. Because we also have that one part where Sean Astin gets murdered by a boba straw. I'm like, didn't call that. So,
No.
So that's but the thing is, they also have these things, these plot holes that just never go anywhere. Like the amethyst, we never got explained why that was special to her and him. Like,
she's glad he kept it,
I guess, but we have no idea why it was there. If you're if you're on the run, why are you putting your face over all the town? Literally, and in the same town where apparently you used to operate. It's not like you're like, oh, I moved across the country.
Shaved and put on glasses, Thomas.
Yeah. Or I moved out of the country. No, he's in the same freaking town.
It's like Star Wars where they only have like one city on a planet and it's like where you live. And this is Wisconsin.
Yeah. So did I enjoy this movie? I enjoyed parts of it. I enjoyed Key. Weirdly enough, Marshawn Lynch was my favorite part of this movie. I have no idea why. I just think it's because you got to go beast mode, and his fight scenes were actually kind of enjoyable. Sorry. So Yeah, that's mine. Michael, you want to go?
Yeah, my theory with this movie is that they shot a lot more, but it was all worse than what they put in. And because
This
there's
movie is also only 80
yeah,
minutes long.
it's a short movie. That's why I'm like, I bet there was so much more footage. They're like, this just is garbage. And
Maybe they did explain the
that's something I think they wanted to get in and out as fast as can because it didn't turn out how they wanted, which is upsetting. But so I enjoyed the beginning of this movie. So I went in having seen what people were saying about it. I was like, oh, I got to set expectations. I was actually looking forward to this. Now I got to bring that down because no one's liking this movie.
Because the trailer for this was actually really good.
Great trailer.
It was a really good trailer.
Great premise, very fun. So I liked the beginning of it. I liked him being the realtor, being goofy, doing his stuff and everything, being charming and everything like that. And I liked the end of it. The moment the female lead came in, oh my gosh. One of the worst characters I have seen in a long time.
Talk about no chemistry between leads too.
No chemistry at all. She just had no character. She had zero character. Just this weird, annoying ridiculousness. And then the overheading. No man, it's way too early to start this. The overarching plot. It's so baffling to me because like they clearly, which I didn't expect. I didn't expect it to be as quirky as it was because it is a very quirky movie. Like the fight scenes are ridiculous. They're like drop kicking people across entire apartments and stuff. But it's like, why not have the story be? Because the story is like he went in to live his normal life that he loves. He claims he loves the life over and over again. I love life. I love life. I love life. Why not instead have him like in my brain? I was thinking, why not? The movie starts and he just looks like super depressed. He's very down, but then he puts on the smile and puts on the act of he loves his life. Then she comes back and brings him back to just make it. He just is the gangster guy. Make him the monster. And then he realizes, oh no, I miss this. I want this because it is already quirky. But like the whole thing of him being like, I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. I'm going to give it all up for this awful character and go back and do the stuff that I hate. It's like, why not lean so hard into that and make him not love his life, but claim he loves his life? Then she opens his eyes to loving life. Anyway, that was my fix for the big plot story with them. I don't have fixes for the other stuff because it just wasn't great. Like I said, she is just awful. Anytime, like the middle of the movie, I was like, oh crap, this is going downhill. So, like in the beginning, like I said, I was enjoying the beginning. I liked his assistant. She's just like, I'm quitting again. Like very fun, quippy lines like that. The first fight scene with him in his office, I didn't care for. I thought it felt.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, there was just a lot of like. There's a lot of disconnect there. There were a lot of hits you could obviously tell didn't hit and stuff like that. So that fight scene wasn't great. I did like the one in his place though with the two bodyguards, which actually very much liked all their scenes where the guy's like doing his backstory about his woman that tells him to go and saying he's constipated with his emotions and they're play off that. I thought they were great throughout the whole thing.
So I didn't like the other house fight, the property, the house fight. But I did like when they're walking up, like, why did we park so far away? Like, this is not inconspicuous. We are holding guns in a residential neighborhood. This is not inconspicuous. I'm like, that's just a weird line, but it's funny.
It's like, why are we here? And then the fact that the black belt Jeff, the realtor, like Thomas said, they kept alluding to him being a black belt, and like the guy runs past his car. He's like, "Don't touch my car. That's my car." What? And then like he immediately sees these two with guns going. He's like, oh, "It's my time. I'm here." Like there's no backing down, no nothing. I was like, I actually love that about him.
You go high. I'll go high, you go low.
No!
Immediately just gone.
Gets domed.
So they're definitely charming points in this movie. I wanted so badly to say it was an okay movie in my Letterboxd review, but I can't, unfortunately. It's not a good movie. Like I said, the middle is just such a slog and so pointless.
I can't believe you guys said it was only 80 minutes. It felt like forever, that middle part.
But
the reason why it was so early was like we were like at the halfway point, and the guy, because we watched at Alamo, the guy came out with a check already.
He brought it fast. Yeah, I was like,
oh really?
I was like, I know this is short, but that check came early. But I like most of the middle stuff is just really. I did like the which I thought was just like I said, quirky and over the top, but where they actually shoot up because like, oh, they're gonna get rid of the people gonna buy the house, but no, they're through the whole thing. I'd forgotten about that part of the trailer where he's like, "Don't worry, I can get you guys to fix all this up." But so bits of that were funny. It was over the top with the dude in his blade shoes, which I was like, who comes up with blade shoes like that? He just pulls them on his forearms. Like, what is happening? Just outlandish there. But yeah, it's mostly just the chick that just like heard the storyline there. It killed me. Yeah, I liked his brother. I thought the introduction to him was cool. He just merciless and creepy.
I've never seen anyone enjoy boba as that much as that man.
It's
And
Michael?
when he drank it, it was like he was in ecstasy. He was like,
I was like, it's just Ben. Like when Ben got introduced to boba, this was Ben all the time. Just every day after work. I was like, you went without me? He's like, I went twice today. I'm like, what?
I'm not sure what like Jared was talking about. I mean, I like boba, but not like that. Like,
this guy, man.
That man was all over.
Did something to him.
Also, did he like have his own straws or something?
I guess, because I'm like, is that like a glass straw? What's going on? Why is it so
how tough it was? Seriously, they do a whole like Jason Bourne knife fight with it.
Yeah,
that would be like a actually funny part where you see him have his own straw or something like that.
He pulls out of a little case, like everything. Yeah. But it was things like that I really enjoyed about the movie was the quirkiness of the boba and taking the hat. I did actually expect. I was surprised that. Sean Astin's character wasn't like. I was like, oh, he's going to be some like weird underground something. He's going to be a part of something, and he wasn't. That surprised me, but
he just murdered him.
A whip or something.
Something like oh, I got people. He just pull like end credit scene. He pulls the thing out of his eye and he walks off. Like what the anyway. But so yeah, that's the movie's an absolute mess. Story's all over the place. Fun beginning, fun end. Middle is just trash. Unfortunately.
Pretty much the same experience I had. I'm glad you brought up that Rose was the worst character because she really was. I mean, her story makes no freaking sense. She's like doing this mystery, okay? Where did the money go? She knows where the money goes. She knows everything. She says she knows everything. She has like paperwork on the board and stuff that says she knows everything. So it's just like we wasted that whole middle part of this like mystery just for her to tell us that she knows everything. It was awful. I was like, I hate you. I hate this character, man. I like my favorite parts were the two house scenes, when they're fighting in the houses. The first one was really good, and then the second one was just funny because those people were there, and then the secretary or whatever she is.
What's with the feathers?
She keeps almost getting killed.
Oh, I know. By her lover now.
Yeah, and I like when they're like, sorry. When they're fighting. I totally thought the Jeff guy. I'm like, oh, that's funny. They're spoofing Property Bros. It is a Property Bro. It really is one of those guys.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, they're just spoofing it. It
like
was really
on A&E, whatever.
On
or TLC.
Yeah, or whatever.
One of those channels. Yeah.
The home one? I can't remember what that channel's called.
One of those white people channels. I don't remember. One of those.
One's moms watch.
Yeah.
HGTV, I think.
No, Lord.
So, yeah, it was actually one of those dudes. So I was like, whoa. I guess the twin guy didn't want to be in it.
Maybe they both were.
What else?
Don't know.
So the main characters was Marvin, and we find out the brother's name is Melvin. So they had fun naming those.
I thought his brother's name was Arvin.
I thought it was Arvin.
I thought it was Marvin. And
it's Alvin.
Alvin.
I kept hearing Arvin.
I heard Melvin. I was like, what?
Who knows? Okay, that was another thing too. Is that he's in hiding? Why did he use his real name?
I don't know. I know he's the only one that doesn't have like a code name. I kept expecting him to like call him. Oh, what's his like? I don't know. Wait,
Baba Yaga or something.
Yeah, like that. You know, Chicken Wings is back in the game, but yeah, he was the best character. The main character is the best character.
Yeah.
I wish they could have did something better. When the Russians came in, I was like, oh, are they gonna link this to Nobody? Because it was like from the producers of Nobody. I was like, oh, can we get like a shared universe type thing? But
I
no,
wonder
they're
if that's
just
what that was, because like there was like a lot of weight behind that one woman that came out of the wall. Or sorry, came out of the wall that like walked through the wall when it got like blown up. But she has like one line and that's it. I'm just like, okay, bye.
yeah. I totally thought there was going to be something there because, like, I think nobody's connected to John Wick somehow. So I thought they were like going to connect this, but
They
didn't.
probably might have changed their mind and cut it.
Yeah, probably. They're like,
I did like the one of the reviewers I watched. She's like, if you want like a romantic weekend or romantic action movie to watch, like just watch John Wick. There's way more romance in that movie.
I wish this was good just because I've been kind of like missing the days of Rush Hour and stuff like funny karate movies. Those are great. They really need to go back to that, that those kind of movies. We haven't had. I'm told they're making Rush Hour 4, right? So
Like they've been saying that for a decade.
Both
I
old.
don't. Those guys are gonna be way too old to be doing anything. But yeah, I just wish this was kind of a thing they brought back. I did like the rental store hangout they were at the bad guy's base.
Oh yeah.
The import company.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'd definitely go in there, but then there's like a bunch of gangsters in there.
Had that little boba bar and everything.
I know. So, Wisconsin, Action Wisconsin. That's what we got.
We also have to mention what's his face from oh gosh, I'm trying to blank. The British guy with the worst fake teeth I've ever seen in my life in this movie.
The other bad guy.
Yeah, I forget what he was.
That
guy was pointless.
So like I like that actor. He's very funny, but like that mouthpiece was horrible.
Was he from Our Flag Means Death?
He's from that. He's from a lot of.
He's from New Zealand.
New Zealand. There you
go. Yeah.
I don't know why. Yeah. Brains.
Merlot was his name.
Merlot, yeah, but like his character just like jumps at 0 point whatsoever, and then he's just gone. And like, oh, okie dokie.
Yeah, I was happy that his character left, and then the one thing with the other characters, the two guys you liked, the funny guys, is like, well, they can't kill these guys because we need to know if he gets back with his wife. Yeah. So these guys have to live.
That's why I didn't like the second house fight scene so much. Was that you have these 4 assassins and nobody dies? It's like except for Jeff, but poor Jeff got caught in the crossfire.
I know, poor Jeff.
So it was just like, this is weird. Like nobody's dying in these movies yet. So
yeah.
That's true. They just get really, really hurt.
Mm-hmm. They got sliced like 17 times with shoe blades.
Maybe Jeff's alive. He just walks away. Or Sean Astin, though.
He walked off. He walked it off.
He can't. Sean Astin can't live, though.
That was a rather gruesome end to Sean Astin.
They Stranger Things him.
That's true. They did do.
All right. I think that's going to do it for this time. Tell us what you thought of Love Hurts. Like, subscribe, and notify yourself for even more stuff. And we will catch you later.